Hello and welcome to Tarot Sherpa. I'm Christine and today I will be reading to you from the Wizard's Tarot, illustrated by Miyake Janssens and written by Barbara Moore. So, I'm just going to give it a little shuffle here. I'd looked through the companion book to this, fittingly called the Wizard's Tarot Companion, and it does have several unique spreads, but they're all very, very pointed towards inner reflection and self-improvement, and that is a really personal journey for everybody. So trying to do a generic, for whoever sort of reading, doing something like that is a little difficult. That's really better for a one-on-one reading or for reading for yourself. So I'm going to bypass that, and we're just going to do what's called an insight spread. Just kind of get a little bit of perspective on what's going on in life, and maybe better ways to handle things, or maybe just get a sense of how things will play out in a particular situation, which will be revealed. So let's go ahead and give the cards a cut. Let's see what's going on here. Energy of the situation is the Ten of Swords. Okay, so there's definitely an ending going on here. There's something that is very clearly over in your life, and you're really done with it. You're really over it. You are ready to rise again from the ashes and just let this whole thing go. You're ready to start over. Okay, so what's the situation? The Hermit. The Hermit, he's definitely moving on. So something that's being moved on from. And since this is a Swords card, a Ten of Swords, we're kind of looking at something that's a mental construct or a spiritual construct that you've had probably for a very long time. And looking over here at the Hermit, you may be looking at things spiritually from a completely different point of view, or looking for a new point of view. Perhaps you've been in a particular spiritual practice for a long time, and it's no longer fulfilling for you. And you are looking for what's next. What's my next guru? What's my next plan? Where do I want to go spiritually? Because I'm kind of done where I'm at. Could also be intellectual, because if we look at this, I mean, we've got a lot of library books here in this card. If you look closely, and then we've got equations written on a chalkboard here, a lot of books on the table. So it could also mean that you're done with a level of education and you're ready to move on. Perhaps tis the season, just finishing your undergraduate degree or high school degree, and now you're like, okay, I need to find a college or a master's program to where I can really dig in with this Hermit here and learn the next level of my craft. So whether it's a spiritual or an intellectual exercise, you're definitely at a point of graduation, and it's time to find that next teacher, and you're looking for a teacher. So let's see what we've got going on. Come down here, there. Let's look at these two cards. So now here we've got a Five of Swords, which is a rather dastardly scene. Looks like somebody's been robbed by this evil wizard or whatever he is. And so Five of Swords. And as we're kind of moving this way, we're looking at like what's going on underneath. And perhaps in your last educational system, or even in your last spiritual system, you kind of feel like you were wronged. You were feeling like you were taken advantage of. And you're trying to find something more inspiring. You're trying to move from a place of feeling rather desolate, here with the Five of Swords, to getting some fresh inspiration. You know, you're loving the idea of being able to move on, but you're not sure what that really means. You just know that you want it. You just know that it's kind of residing out there for you, and you really just want to get over whatever happened that was, sour grapes for you, and move into this place of inspiration and optimism and just this emotional freshness is what you're looking for. What's the lesson in all of this? Nine of Pentacles. My goodness, this Nine of Pentacles lady has been showing a lot in my readings this week. So Nine of Pentacles is the success that comes through dedicated work. So as she's here with her Nine of Pentacles, she's also got her book that she's studying from. She's got her wand, her symbol of her power there, and she's got a fabulous hat. I mean, you can't just not say something about the hat. But the lesson in all of this is moving on and moving into something new, whether it's educational or spiritual, that's going to take some dedicated effort. It's going to, you've got this fresh page energy that's very excited about the change and it's excited about moving on. But the next step is going to take a great deal of effort over time. So it's not going to be like one big dump of effort and then you can just kick back and roll with it. It's going to be incremental levels of effort, bink, 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 a little bit every day until you reach success. So what's influencing this? Actually, let's get some advice. Let's expand this a little and get some advice here. Advice, please. Moon and Four of Cups is our advice. Let's see if I can just adjust the camera just a wee little bit. There we go. The Moon and Four of Cups is advice. So there's some things you have to face, and it probably has to deal with what's right down here. This Five of Swords, this episode or instance that was just embarrassing. It was humiliating. It was hardship. It was just ugly. But the thing is, you can't just ignore what happened, otherwise you're going to lose some of your lesson. What you have to do is kind of face the ginormous crab monster, lobster monster here of fears. We've got our little dogs down here facing off a ginormous monster. But you face it and it fades. You face it, you feel it, and you're like, okay, it happens. It has happened. This is the past, and I can let it go. And sometimes you have to face it more than once. Sometimes it wants to rear its ugly head at the most inconvenient times, and you're like, nope. I get it. It happened. Okay. Nothing I can do but let it go. And then we have our Four of Cups guy over here. And there's a, the Four of Cups is a frustrating card for me in that it's like, dude, what you're looking for is right behind you. And it's right behind you. It's right behind you. I feel like I say that a lot watching hockey on TV. Like, the puck is behind you, dude. Quit looking in front of you. It's behind you. But that's this guy. Cup, cup, cup. And the shiniest one is behind him because he's not paying attention. So that's the thing. Pay attention. Because if you're looking at just what's in front of you, which might be this big, ugly, nasty-ass lobster, which is metaphorical for your fears, you're missing out on some of the resources that you've got back here that are what you need to be able to succeed. So make sure that you're not looking behind you in the sense that, you're looking to the past for answers, but that you're looking from all points of view to find the answers that are available to you. All right, let's go into the unconscious. Tower, Strength. Wow, that's a great pair to have together. Tower and Strength here. Unconsciously, so there's been a great deal of upset. There has been a great deal of turmoil. There has been something very significant, very sudden that has happened, and it may have to do with what's going on in this Five of Swords situation. It may have to do what's going on with this Ten of Swords. Whatever it was, you decided you were really just absolutely done with it. This was enough. This was the straw that broke the camel's back, and it's right here. It's in this tower. You know what that is for you. You know what that is for you. But you also got to know that there's nothing wrong with having an imperfect life. I'm going to look you in the eye and say that. There is nothing wrong with having an imperfect life. Because what is also in your unconscious, what's also down below, in addition to this upset, is the strength to carry on, is the strength to heal from it, It's the strength to be better for it, to treat other people better than the way you were treated. This is the strength of breaking whatever cycle this may have been for you. This may not have been a single incident, but this may have been a cycle of things. I mean, Ten of Swords is a significant build-up to what became a Tower event for you. But in the grand scheme of things, you have the power to tame the dragon. And the dragon's what's inside of you. The dragon could be this massive amount of fear. Now, I also have to caution, since we're talking about people's inner fears and inner strengths and stuff like that, if you have had a significant, criminal act perpetrated on you, make sure that you've gone to the proper authorities. Make sure you've gotten the proper legal counsel. I am not a lawyer. I am not a therapist. I'm just a tarot reader and an avid consumer of self-help books. Whatever that's worth. But if you need professional help dealing with this lobster, go get it. Definitely go get it. It's so available these days. It's absolutely beautiful that you can, find somebody who's qualified to ask you those questions of, well, why do you feel that way? Why do you think you have to feel that way? Why do you want to feel that way? Do you want to feel that way? How do you want to feel? They can dig in that with you. But it's something certainly rocked your world. But you are strong enough to heal from it. This will not be the end of you. This will not be the end of you. And it doesn't necessarily have to make you a hard person. It can make you a strong person, but a strong person is not necessarily a hard person. So, moving on to our next cards. Influences, 5 of Cups. Yeah. King of Wands. Okay. So, 5 of Cups indicates some significant loss. It indicates some sadness, and I've had 5 of Cups come up a couple times this week too. But the thing is, while 3 cups are overturned here, if you look behind her in this tree, which is also a clock, they put clocks in this deck. The illustrations tuck clocks into interesting places to indicate time. You have everything you need. Yes, there has been some significant upset. Yeah. And you have a right, and you need some time to mourn whatever this is, to feel whatever this is. Because if you try to repress it, that's when it comes out in ugly ways. If you embrace it, that's when it dissolves and you're able to move on and let it go. And you're not alone. So we have a King of Wands here. And the King of Wands is the kind of person who really wants to take action on your behalf, but they will not overstep themselves in doing that. This is a person who respects what you're going through and is there for your support. But what you have to be able to do is communicate what that needs, because he'll do it. Whatever it is, he will be on it. He will do this, or she will do this. It's a very yang energy, so I say he, but it could be a she just as easily. Somebody who's an active person in your life. Somebody who's just a very, very fiery, kind of get to it, make it work kind of person. And while that may seem a little bit abrupt to you sometimes, while you're going through this process of divesting yourself of a significant intellectual, spiritual crisis of faith kind of thing, just you need to be able to communicate with this person peacefully and effectively what kind of support that you really need. They might want to go take over the world for you and, kick somebody's butt, and you'd be like, friend, I just need somebody to hold my hand for a minute. I just need somebody to pat me on the back for a minute. I just need a hug. don't need you to go clobber anybody. I just need your support. So, outcome, 3 of Wands. So, what you're seeking for is coming to you. But again, as we have in the lesson of the 9 of Pentacles, what you're seeking will come in the 3 of Wands, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take some dedicated effort. Slow and steady is going to win this race. And the 3 of Wands is a really great place to be because this is kind of a foundation of rediscovering things you're passionate about. Because the 3 of Wands is kind of like, as soon as, you know, the Ace of Wands is this fiery card where is the spark, the initial ignition. And then you move into the 2 of Wands, you kind of deciding how to use that energy, where you want to direct it, how's it going to go, what's best for you. And 3 of Wands is you've made those decisions, and now things are starting to get some traction. Now you're just like, all right, I have put things in motion, I have begun my plan, let's get some traction with this. And so there's a sense of expectation on your part that is saying, this is my goal, this is where I want to get to from this whole, you know, episode of just being wronged and having to go through all of this, to getting to this point of expectation of, all right, I am expecting my life to get better, and this is what better is going to look like for me. And you know what that is for you. And you've defined it in your head into very concrete ways. Like, this is what better looks like. These are the actions I'm taking to get better because I've got my 9 of Pentacles, and that's what I've learned. I've learned the steps that I need to take. Marching right across. You've learned what you need to do. You're marching right through. Back to this Hermit. This Hermit could be you marching in a new direction. It could be a mentor. So that could be this. These could be the same person. These could be different people. But it's a sense of marching onward to find new truth, new life, new ways of being. There's a sense of soldiering on here, and you know, the strength to do that. And getting to a place where it's like, okay, I know what I want, and I'm doing the effort, I'm making the effort to get it. Okay. So from tragedy does come hope. Because if you look at the way these are laid out, it's tragedy, 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 tragedy. But then we have hope, hope, support, hope. Just got to look at it the right way. You got to find those points of view, those perspectives. Be on the lookout for fresh perspectives, because that's going to help you. That's going to help you find your strength. Yeah, that's interesting how this whole thing played out. From tragedy, humiliation to hope, fear to perspective, loss to support, upheaval to strength, completion and moving on. Yeah, this is good flow. Whatever situation you've been in, you've got some good flow. It's taking a while. It is. That's acknowledged right here. In both the 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. It takes a little time. I think that was an Amy Grant song. It takes a little time sometimes. And it's true. It does. But that's okay. You've got the strength and you're moving in a good direction. Okay? So, keep moving forward. Keep moving in that good direction. You know, face those things. And if you need to get professional help, absolutely, 100%, get yourself some qualified professional help. All right? All right. Best wishes to you. Take care. Bye for now.